Welcome back to another episode of Black Girls Speak. I am your host, CleoDaGodmother, and I am here to talk about all things Black woman, all things Black girl, all things Black.
The way she moves through this journey has such grace, such confidence. Her words, so fluent, so magical, you can't help but be drawn to her. Her aura, breathtaking. Her name, Black Woman. I am Chelsea Coleman, aka CleoDaGodmother, the creator and host of Black Girls Speak TV, and this is Black Girls Speak, a podcast for and about informing, uplifting, and empowering women of color across the globe.
It took me forever to get in front of this camera, to get on this mic, and express how I really feel about everything that's going on. It's been heavy for me as a Black person, especially as a Black woman. And let me tell you why. I didn't want to get in front of this camera. I didn't want to get on this mic and sound like and look like the angry Black woman. But let's be honest, and excuse my French, but I'm angry as fuck. So let me tell you why I'm angry as fuck. Breonna Taylor got no justice.
I think it is worth repeating again that our investigation found that Mattingly and Cosgrove were justified in their use of force after having been fired upon by Kenneth Walker. Secondary to this justification, the KSP and FBI ballistics analysis reached different conclusions, creating a reasonable doubt in the evidence about who fired the fatal shot. After hearing the evidence from our team of prosecutors, the grand jury voted to return an indictment against Detective Hankinson for 3 counts of wanton endangerment for wantonly placing the 3 individuals in apartment 3 in danger of serious physical injury or death.
Her family was paid $12 million, as if that's going to replace her. Only one police officer got charged, and he was charged for endangering the other people in the apartment complex. The other 4 men didn't get charged. They still work there. Nothing happened. This same thing happened to Sandra Bland. The same thing happened to Pamela Turner. It keeps happening. Black women keep putting themselves as guards and shields for Black people, for Black men, for Black children. Yet, that same love and protection and nurturing is not given back to them. When George Floyd got murdered months ago, Lord rest his soul, Black women were on the forefront. Every video that I saw on my Twitter and Instagram and Facebook newsfeed was a Black woman on the mic, speaking and encouraging people to protest and to give the program and to do their shit. Excuse my French. Yet, Breonna Taylor was killed. And I didn't see one Black man in sight. They bought a t-shirt though. They used her name as a hashtag though. But I didn't see one Black man say anything really about the injustices that not only her, but we face as Black women. And as soon as a Black woman decides to speak about it, to tell the truth, to shine light on the injustices and the disrespect and the dishonor, that we receive and that we face on a daily, we get told to shut up. We get told to quiet down. We get told that that's not something that we need to focus on right now. We get told that we're over-exaggerating. We get told that we're doing too much, that we're trying to start an argument, that it's not a race war. Then why the hell do we keep getting the bottom of the barrel of whatever this is we call society? We keep getting the end. We keep getting the loose scraps. Megan Thee Stallion was shot by Tory Lanez. He shot her. Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion in her foot. She had to prove it by showing society her feet with stitches in them. She had to prove it by making a live and getting on there and fighting her own tears. She had to prove it by literally posting her medical records. Tory Lanez said nothing. Tory Lanez didn't speak on it. Tory Lanez didn't say anything. All of a sudden now he wants to drop a song and he wants to make an album solely focused on making her look like a liar when he knows, just like she knows, that she's not lying. And I don't know them personally. I wasn't there that night. But when a black woman says she was raped, when a black woman says she was inappropriately handled, I'm going to believe her. Why? Because no one else does. Megan Thee Stallion was shot in the foot by Tory Lanez, and his response was to make an album belittling her. On top of that, she's in New York for a Saturday Night Live to do her performance, which was phenomenal. I'm tired of saying hashtags about black men. While she's in New York for Saturday Night Live for her performance, Tory Lanez is in New York. I made my heart colder. I work the best in my back is a back of wall for you. I'm going through some changes. Recording a video with his lame ass crowd behind him. See, but what we need to realize about abuse culture, abusers always find a way to keep themselves relevant. Why is he in New York when she's in New York? And don't tell me it's all because he had to make a video. He could have shot that video anywhere. But you're in New York the same time that she's in New York. Make it make sense. It's always so hard for people to listen to and believe what a black woman has to say. It's always a question behind it. It's always, I was raped. Well, why were you there? He shot me. Well, what you did? Who are you jealous of? Huh? That doesn't make any type of sense. And somebody put on Twitter, somebody said, I bet if it was Kylie Jenner, we wouldn't be questioning it. And we wouldn't. I bet money we would not have questioned it. We would have said, oh, damn, Kylie, Travis Scott gonna kill him, her baby still, the poor family, but Megan Thee Stallion, a black woman who lost her mom, doesn't really have much family, tells you she got shot. You guys see the video of her getting out of the fucking car, excuse my French, for getting out of the car with blood coming out of her feet. And she had to have a reason to get shot. Y'all sound just like the same police that we trying to dismantle. Y'all sound like the same people that we're protesting against. Make it make sense. This reminds me of when Kanye West said that Harriet Tubman didn't really free the slaves. For you to discredit a black woman of that stature like that was blatantly disrespectful. How can you discredit Harriet Tubman but give credit to Christopher Columbus? Tell me. I want to argue. Let's argue. This is just like Grace. Now, I think you all know who Grace is. Grace, well, I'll tell you. Grace was a 15-year-old black girl who was jailed for 78 days because she wasn't submitting homework for class. A black girl, 15 years old, ain't never been to jail, don't even know what jail is. She in school, she didn't even try to go to jail. And you mean to tell me that you put her in jail for 2 months? In like 2 weeks, maybe 3, because she wasn't submitting homework? And there are white men coming in schools and shooting up children. There are white men who are scaring people. There are white women who are killing their kids. There are white women who are lying about their address so that kids can go to a better school, who aren't going to jail, yet you put a 15-year-old in jail for 78 days for not submitting homework. That school to prison pipeline is real. It's real. Whether you want to talk about it or not, that shit is real, especially for girls. No, really, men too. It's real for us. You get in one fight and they are already trying to put you out and take you to prison. Why do I have a record? This white boy just stabbed his teacher with a pen. He ain't got a record. Whether y'all want to acknowledge it or not, but there are so many things that would not exist without black women. So let's fill out the facts. So there are things like 3D movies that wouldn't exist without us. There are things like a GPS, conditioner, menstrual pads, home security, caller ID, central heating, the ironing board, voice over internet. Without black women, we wouldn't even have voice over internet. How would we be on Zoom without voice over internet? Tell me. The hairbrush, sew-ins, curling iron, all that would not exist without a black woman being a creator, an innovator, a groundbreaker. Without us, black men wouldn't exist. So how can you hate somebody that is the reason why you're here? You're created from the vessel of a black woman. That makes you a king. You come from a queen that makes you a king. You have to honor your queen. Black men will not get the respect that they deserve until they start honoring black women. And that's just that on that. Black women are so hypersexualized. And this comes from an early age. I mean, we're called too fast, hot in the ass, all these things just because of the way our clothes fit us. Because I have curves that I can't hide. It's my fault that my uncle and his homies are looking at me and sexualizing me, and I'm only 13. Okay, I will never forget when Centoya Brown came to speak at my school, my campus, my university. And she was talking about the early stages of her, like, going from human trafficking to her killing her abuser to her going to jail for it, which still to this day doesn't make any sense. However, she spoke about how there were black men and black women calling her a hoe, telling her that it was her fault, telling her that she's the reason why she was taken for no reason and sex trafficked. Yet those same people defended R. Kelly and defend Tory Lanez. And they defend they homeboys who they feel like didn't rape somebody. But my homeboy rapes a female. And because that's my homeboy and I know him. Because first of all, you don't know nobody 100%. You don't know nobody 100%. There are things about people that you will never know. There are things about your best friend that she will never tell you. You will never know her 100%. So how can I? My homeboy rapes a girl. Because I know him, I say that he didn't do it. Because I think that I know him, he says that he doesn't do it. And then I turn around and I belittle the same. I belittle a black woman who's a black woman like me because my homeboy raped her and I know my homeboy and we grew up together. He would never do nothing like that. Excuse my French. I don't give a fuck if me and this nigga came out the same womb. If a black woman tells me your brother raped me, I'm gonna say, hold up, pause. Let me go talk to him and find out what's going on. Let me make sure you good. I'm not about to just automatically say, oh girl, that's my brother. He would never do that. And if I come to my brother or my sister, because there are women, if we go in there, let's go there. There are women who have sexually assaulted young men. I have so many homeboys who have lost their virginity at a young, I'm talking about 12, 11, 10, to girls who were in high school. That's the same thing. That's sexual assault. That's rape. Is it not? So as I was saying, if I come to my brother and I ask me if he raped the girl and he gets offended by it, then I'm gonna automatically know, like, why are you offended by it if you didn't do it? And I'm big on that. If I know I didn't do something, I'm not gonna get offended by it. I ain't do it. They ain't got nothing to do with me. So why are you offended if I ask you if you raped somebody? It doesn't make sense, does it? Right. Exactly. You do know that 1 in 4 black girls will be sexually abused before the age of 18, right? Like, y'all do know that that's like a fact, right? Let me say it again. 1 in 4, that's 25% of black girls will be sexually abused before the age of 18. Before the little girl even knows what sex is, she will be sexually assaulted. It makes perfect sense because in 2017, Georgetown University found that adults viewed black girls as less innocent and more adult-like than their white counterparts from the ages of 5 to 14. This also ties into misogynoir. Now, you guys know what misogyny is. Misogynistic, and y'all know what that means. I hope y'all do. If not, you need to go vocabulary quiz. That let me know that you didn't do your English bell ringers, and it shows. Okay, misogynoir is the hatred of black women. And this was coined by Maya Bailey, a black queer feminist. So misogynoir is basically the intersection of racism and sexism that we black women experience. And it's seen mostly when we're adults because we're stereotyped and because we have racial bias against us in healthcare and in cultural appropriation. Now, black women are found to be needing less nurturing, protection, support, and comfort. So the same people that y'all depend on to nurture and protect and provide and support are the same people that y'all don't see as honorable to receive the same thing. We're also seen as more independent and knowing more about adult topics, including sex. So I'm 17 and I know more about sex than a 25-year-old. Make it make sense. It doesn't. Thanks. So this leads to rape culture, victim blaming, and human trafficking, something that I literally just spoke about because everything is connected. Believe that. More than 20% of Black women are raped, which is statistically a higher share among women overall. Now, the only group of people that beats us, and literally it's only by 1%, is the LGBTQ community. Which is why when I say Black Lives Matter, I mean everybody, all of us. A Black woman get killed, protest. A Black man get killed, protest. Transgender get killed, nothing. Gay Black man get killed, nothing. Lesbian Black woman get killed, nothing. Bisexual man and woman get killed, nothing. So is it really Black Lives Matter? Or is it those that we deem valuable Black Lives Matter? The rapist of a Black woman will receive less time than a white predator. That statistic really messed my head up. So if a Black man rapes a Black woman, he gonna get less time than if a white man rapes a Black woman. So y'all really just see us as nothing. We're nothing. It's white men, Black men, white women, Black women. That's what it feels like. White men, Black men, white woman, Black woman. And it makes so much sense as to why a Black man is so intrigued by a white woman, because systematically, economically, he's above us. So why wouldn't a Black man who is above her want somebody who's below him, but not that much below? There are 4 stereotypes of a Black woman. There's a Jezebel, angry Black woman, strong Black woman, and the sassy Black woman. So I'm gonna start with the Jezebel. So, because we're hypersexualized and the destroying of our bodies was deemed insatiable, we are now fetished and dehumanized. Our abuse is gaslighted by society and law enforcement. You ever saw that movie Players Club? I know y'all saw that movie Players Club. And when old girl was raped by the dude at his own party, and you notice how all the Black men in that house heard her scream, what'd they do? They left. She a stripper. Her ass out anyway. So, she's a Black woman. She's not a fucking object. She's not something to be fetished. Then there's the sassy Black woman. Now, the sassy Black woman is portrayed as one-dimensional, loud, obnoxious, neck rolling. Okay? They limit us to, I need a man, but I'm too Black. And this sassy Black woman is seen as comical and not human. You can think about shows like The Proud Family. And y'all know The Proud Family. Y'all didn't watch The Proud Family before. Y'all didn't see old girl acting like the ghetto girl.
Hey, you cheated. Baby, I would never cheat on you. Now come here. I'm going to show you what kissing is all about. Oh. He's just playing. He knows he likes me. Sticky, come here.
But what's ghetto? We're seen as ghetto. They're seen as, oh girl, that's cute. God, your nails are so long and cute. Then we have the angry Black woman, that's me. The angry black woman is seen as irrational, hysterical, and angry compared to men and non-black women. We're seen as aggressive and scary for doing the exact same things that a non-black woman would do. This, in return, belittles our valid anger because it's seen as a character flaw and not a logical reaction. My son gets bumped by a white lady, she don't say excuse her. I go off in the store, I'm doing too much. Oh my God, call the police, she acting crazy. A white woman with her son gets bumped. She goes crazy. Whoever bumped him is just so wrong. God, so fucking rude. Stacy, I'm sorry that your son Tim had to get bumped like that. But when I'm mad, call the police. She doing too much. Then, last but not least, we have the strong black woman. And this is the one that I hate. I hate saying the word hate, but this is the one that I hate. Because of the extreme hardship that we face during slavery and now, people feel and believe that we are strong all the time and can face any obstacle, which is toxic. Because we're seen to withstand anything. Now, I'm gonna stop right there because black women are resilient, baby. Black people are resilient, okay? Especially us, black women, we're resilient. Because we're seen as resilient, people are more willing to treat us deplorably. And this leads to physical, mental, and emotional exploitation of the black woman. Oh girl, you strong, it don't matter. Oh girl, you got raped. Next week, you'll be fine. This we don't feel pain thing was established during slavery because we experienced the brunt of physical, sexual, and emotional abuse on top of the already pain of the labor. Medical professionals dismiss black women's pain, believing us to have a higher pain tolerance than others. My mom, my sister, my aunt, my cousin have all said that they went to the hospital before and were treated differently. And they know they were than those of the other races. And I know that they have because they all have kids. So I know they're not lying. On top of that, Beyonce and Serena Williams have spoke about how they went to the hospital during their childbirth and they weren't comfortable. So if you telling me that a celebrity said the same thing, then it's a fact. It's definitely a fact because we think, oh, if they're a celebrity, baby, they're gonna get the top-notch treatment. And even Beyonce. Queen B said that she was not comfortable. Something wrong. Something is wrong. We have a greater chance of dying during childbirth. We are 4 to 5 times more likely to die than a white woman and 2 to 3 times more likely to die than a Hispanic or an Asian woman during childbirth. We don't feel pain. We're not human, yet we are always culturally appropriated. It mocks us, it belittles us, it devalues us. And it shows that you guys are limited to what you know about the black community. You don't know nothing. Because if you knew certain shit, you just wouldn't do out of respect. And not even to point the finger at white people, because black men culturally appropriate black women too. Kevin Hart, Martin Lawrence, Tyler Perry, that's just a few, who have all dressed up as black women and made us seem like we were just loud and obnoxious and smoke, shoot, and do the most and get paid for it. Yet, we don't get paid enough. We are seen as a costume. We are seen as unprofessional and dirty, yet the ones who portray us, and not even try to portray us, are seen as edgy and oh my God, so smart. You're making money off just like a woman. Tyler Perry, his whole career is made off of acting like a black woman. And no disrespect to Tyler Perry, because I love Tyler Perry. I really do. I love Tyler Perry. I think what he's done, he deserves to be a billionaire. Believe that. He deserves to be a billionaire. He didn't put some time in. But you gotta address the facts when it's the facts. If he didn't act like Medea, okay, who are they without us? We are the blueprint. We are the foundation. Who would you be able to copy? What culture would y'all have? The Kardashians, what culture would y'all... Why do y'all want black kids so bad? Our bodies are only acceptable on non-black women. A black girl curvy, oh wow, she's beautiful. A white girl curvy, Mexican curvy, Asian girl curvy, oh shit. This whole bad as fuck. This whole, she beating y'all black women. Like, huh? It's crazy. It's really crazy. But see, as black women, we have to stop nurturing and start navigating. Where do we want to go? We have to stop protecting them and start pursuing our own dreams. We have to stop caring for them and start cultivating and manifesting what we want. Because whether we want to believe it or not, we are the blueprint. We are the foundation. Without us, there is no them. The song of the week is... Let me do a little drum roll. WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all know I was gonna do that, right? Come on, man. Come on. Shout out to Megan. I love you. You are literally the epitome of a resilient black woman. I love you so much. Cardi B, you are too, baby. You just got that divorce, son. My girl said she wanted to be free. And I respect it. I respect both of them. Go stream. Why? Don't stream. Sorry. Thank you. The book of the month is Women, Race, and Class by Angela Davis. Now, I would love to talk to Angela Davis and ask her why she is the face of this Black Power movement. Well, used to be the face, but I think she already knows why. And it's because she's a light-skinned Black woman. But I already talked about that, so we're not going to talk about it again. But I have yet to read this book. So if any of you guys have read it already, please let me know how it is before I dive into it and forget who I am for 3 days. Because it takes me like 3 days to read a book. So, yeah, do that. You know where to find it. Just like you know where to find WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Description box below. Episodes 5, 6, and 7 are a trilogy dedicated to Black women. So, get ready to hear about the injustices and the justices, the heartbreak and the love that we receive as Black women. That looks like that's all the time that we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope it was informational and I hope it was fun to listen to. As I always say, always choose love, always choose yourself, and always keep it G. Love and lights. Episode 6 is coming soon.